Hey guys, welcome to the video. This isn't necessarily an unboxing video, but I will be unboxing a ukulele. It's my first time picking up the instrument, and this video is more about showing my journey with it, the struggles and the steps of me getting into it. So thank you for joining me, and please enjoy. Hello, and welcome to a video. So today is Christmas Day at the time of recording. Hopefully I'll post this on Boxing Day, or the day after. I don't really want to be working on Christmas. Yeah, so today is very special, obviously, because it is Christmas. And as a Christian, that's a big thing for me. I'm celebrating, having some family time. It's lovely. Even if you aren't a Christian, you should take this opportunity to rest and have some family time. I know this Christmas is going to be different for a lot of us, and I'm very thankful. I'm very lucky for it to be pretty normal, considering. Yeah. And there is something very special that I got this Christmas, present-wise, because of course, I'm material. No, I've been very lucky. I was going to buy this with my own money a few weeks ago, but it was so generously offered to be purchased for me and given as a Christmas present, which is a really lovely thing, so shout out to my mum, you know. I got a ukulele! Woo! So I have opened it because obviously I opened it around the Christmas tree. We're gonna have a look at it anyway, because if you saw my channel update, this is it's gonna be a big part of the channel going forwards. You know what? I probably should just move closer. Hello, is this better? Can you hear me now? I'm just gonna open it up. This was an incredibly cheap ukulele, but musical instruments are expensive in general, so it still cost. Well, I'll say what it cost. This was like $50 Canadian with some shipping, so it was like $60 Canadian. Which is a very generous Christmas present, extremely so. So I'm very thankful for that. And there's nothing else aside from this little bag of stuff. But first, let's actually have a look at the ukulele. Usually I leave the main thing until last, but let's get into it. So originally, when I did open it, it also came in this protective wrap, but this is the case. It's just, I don't know what to call it, but it's just textile case. It's not hard or anything, it's soft. But for 50, 60 Canadian dollars, it's pretty good. It's got a handle. Yeah, it's not falling apart, so I'm happy. And now for the ukulele. Can you see that? I'll probably get some detail shots. But here it is. It's an alto. So it's not a soprano. I did a little bit of research on ukuleles before picking one that I wanted. By the way, the only other instrument I've ever really tried is piano, and I kind of dabbled in. I did kind of get lessons, but they weren't teaching me to get like grade 1, grade 2. This is kind of my first, the thing with piano is, it takes with most instruments, it takes a lot of skill to do really well at it, but it's very simple. You press the note and it does the note. All you need to know is which note, which is very simple compared to most instruments, you know? So, although I heard the ukulele is a really good beginner instrument, that's kind of why I picked it. It's small, you can carry it around with you, and like a keyboard or piano, well, keyboard you could kind of get away with that, especially if it's a miniature one. I picked it for its convenience, and I live on Vancouver Island. That's right, I'm doxing myself. A lot of people have ukuleles, and a lot of my friends have ukuleles, so I was kind of encouraged that way. Not like, you should get one, but when somebody had one and was so kind enough to lend me them. You know, I'm somebody who just kind of picked up instruments and kind of used them now and again, and then realized, oh, I forgot. I shouldn't do that because it's someone else's property. And then I kind of was told, like, I'm sure some of you are cringing at this, but I was told, kind of explained about musicians with their instruments, how, you know, it's considered very disrespectful, at least around here, to pick up somebody's instrument. Yeah, and that's something I just hadn't encountered before, which kind of sounds really stupid. It's, don't grab other people's property. I was stupid enough and inconsiderate enough to do it. Don't be the same. I'm trying to get into musical stuff because I was never really into music, and then a couple years ago I kind of, basically a song spooked me and I got scared, and then I realized, wow, music is pretty powerful. It's strange, like, being like, oh, I'm not really too into music, but I'm into it now and I want to learn. This is an alto ukulele, and I believe the proper pronunciation is ukulele, and I think that's Hawaiian. Now, I never heard that the ukulele was a Hawaiian instrument, but apparently a lot of people know that or think that, because it's kind of true, but it's not traditional. Apparently it was inspired by like a miniature Spanish guitar, and some Spanish people visited the Hawaiian Islands and kind of shared this instrument, and then I believe the Hawaiians interpreted that into the ukulele. I don't know, I didn't research that, that's just what I heard. So if I'm spreading misconceptions, I'm sorry, and please correct me. Anyway, so instead of trying to remember, I'll just read out what it is instead of wasting time. So the brand is MUSOO, M-U-S-O-O. Even though it says Batkin, I quite like that logo. You can see it here. That's actually pretty cool. It's 23 inches, which I believe is the whole thing. Size comparison, if you know how large my head is. Just guess. I hope it's normal size. Actually, it doesn't matter. It's whatever, you know. The Amazon page tells me that it's brown, which is good to know. And the material is mahogany, and then I knew there was another material that it's mixed with, and that's rosewood. And I think it said the fretboard was rosewood, which I think is this. So that must be painted, but I think the stuff inside, like all the reverberation kind of stuff and reinforcement. Amazing. So let's move on. We'll get back to that in a little bit, but let's move on to what came with it. Ooh, I don't know what this stuff is. So we got some replacement stuff. That looks like the stuff that pins the strings at the bottom, right there. So we got those. But we got a miniature plastic ukulele. I assume that is a little tool to get those pins out or something. We got a couple of picks, which I didn't really think about. I don't think I've ever seen anybody use a pick on a ukulele, but I guess if my fingers are starting to hurt because I've never played a string instrument before, then these would probably be good for practice. We got ukulele hand guidebook, which has some, I think that's Japanese. Oh look, it talks about all the types of ukuleles. So mine is a normal one, because pineapple is not normal. What is this? Strings get loose, light pretty compact. Yeah, so it's just, I think it's teaching you some songs and like strumming patterns and some chords, which shows some drums there. I'll probably read through this later, but I'm probably going to go with an online guide, and then I can kind of carry this around to remind myself of the chords or notes. I don't really understand chords or notes. I don't know any music theory, but this would be something good to carry around with you, obviously. If you're going somewhere you won't have internet or easy access to internet, which will happen for me. We also have this little package, which has some plastic strings. Yeah, of course it's plastic strings, it's a ukulele. We got some spare nylon strings, so I'll pop that back in the nice little packaging. We also have a capo. I assume that's how you pronounce it, that's how everybody I know pronounces it. It seems like a tiny package for a that is a tiny capo. I've seen my friend's guitar's capo, but wow, 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 wow. I don't quite understand how capos work. I don't know if I can get a soprano sound out of my alto one, because I know the difference between soprano and alto is deeper, and it usually has a few more frets. I think it's frets. For somebody named Freddie, I struggle to go for. Got a capo, you can try that out. I know it's not going to change the size of the body, which is also another component. We'll see how it works, and eventually I'll learn what it does. I don't know if I showed the capo properly. I also realised I probably shouldn't crunch and speak at the same time. So we have the strap for the ukulele, which is awesome. That's a nice thing to have. I'm not going to try and put it on now. We'll try that later. Let's go back to the actual ukulele now. Here it is. I like keeping tags on things. Guitar maintenance. Wipe the guitar often and make it clean. Avoid temperature change suddenly. Direct sunlight. Moist. Impact while playing your guitar. Guitar. Avoid the rusty strings. Injure the fret wires. Avoid the rusty strings. Injure the fret wires. So if my nylon strings get rusty, I should avoid them because they will injure the aluminium thread wires. Good to know. Good to know. Avoid the sweat stain. Where's the sweat stain? Guys, I don't think my ukulele came with a sweat stain. I guess that's what you get when you pay $50 for something. Avoid the sweat stain and the dirt corrode the finish and fretboard. Well, I'm assuming this is a Japanese company because of the manual and the multilingual packaging. Obviously, this was done by a translator, or likely somebody who wasn't first language English, but I appreciate the effort because I'd probably get a worse translation if I use Google Translate on Japanese. I wouldn't even know how to input that. But at least I can understand it enough to know not to, learn what not to do. Hanging the guitar Hanging the guitar chronically is bad for it. You'd better put it on a shelf or on the ground. I assume that's like hanging it from the strings or something. Avoid being unused. That's good advice for practice. The best way to maintain your guitar is playing it usually, and more than 1 hour every day. So basically they're saying, for the safety of the guitar, practice. And whether that's true or not, which it likely is true, it's a good thing to do anyway when you pick up a musical instrument. Obviously, I would know that, of all people. Let's actually strum it. I'm no expert, but I think that's out of tune, and that's what you'd expect. I don't think they would spend the time to tune it. My favourite part, this stuff up here, that still sounds normal. Okay, I don't have a tuner, like one you clip on the end. I was going to get one, but I didn't know what to look for. So we're going to use an app. So for the sake of variation and the fact that I have to charge my camera because I didn't plan this out well. Yes, so I went onto the Play Store and I just searched up ukulele tuner, and I didn't pick the first result, but I picked the one which had 0.1 star higher than the first result. I picked the one with the most downloads. It was like 50 million plus, and it's called Guitar Tuner. Yeah, so just search ukulele tuner, and I picked 4.6, 4.6, 4.2. I picked this one because I've installed it now, but it said 4.7 and it had 50 million plus downloads instead of 1 million or 5 million. And that's the page. Start now. We're going to be selecting, there's a lot of different options here. We're going to go for ukulele, monthly subscription for the pro version. Don't worry, we can use it without that. Okay, so the standard tuning for a ukulele, I don't know which way you read it, but it seems to be, the standard recording seems to be from the top, G, C, E, A. Let's just play. Okay, I'm having some difficulty with this. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so I know alto, there's 4 types of ukulele. There is soprano, concert, alto, and something beginning with a B, baritone. They all have the same tuning aside from baritone, which is different. But it's live now, so it's just... Okay, so let's go to G. So that's too low, which I'm assuming means we have to tighten it. So tighten it up here. I'm going to go for clockwise, means tighter. No, anti-clockwise is tighter. We're getting closer. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. You see that? That's cool. I didn't know tuning would be so exciting. That's it. Sounds okay. I'm gonna go and tune the rest. I won't record that because I need to concentrate. I did it! I did it! Does that sound right? It sounds right to me. This could be terribly in tune, but it seems like the app, I'm about right with the app. No one's saying it's too low, it said it was perfect before. Is it just going out of tune? Okay, I think we got it. That sounds perfect to me. Woo! We did it. Now, I think I do know one chord, and it's... That didn't sound right. Is it the third one? I think that was a C chord. We're doing it. Yeah, so we managed to tune it. I went away for a little bit. I had lunch, and I've come back, and the tuning seems to be a little bit off, and then I fixed it. I went back on the tuner, and it seemed to be just very slightly off. I don't know if it's because it's a cheap guitar and it loses tune really easily, or I just probably, when I was playing around with it, I might have accidentally touched these or something. One of them seemed perfectly fine, but it's back in tune now. It only was slightly out of tune. It's close enough for me. That might sound terrible to you, but... Alright, so what are we going to do now? So, I should probably learn the basics. No, I'm going to challenge myself to learn as best as I can, all-star, by the end of the day. And obviously it's Christmas Day, so there's going to be a lot of family time. You know, I'm very fortunate to have this ukulele. And I really love how it looks. I'll give some of my final thoughts, my thoughts so far. No, I'll give my thoughts right now. I really love how it looks. I love the colour. I really like the design. I don't know what the parts are called, but I love the design. I like the dark fretboard. It's very sleek. I love the grain of the wood on the fretboard too. Really well made. It's very seamless. And I just think it's very pretty, and I really like the logo. I really like the cuts at the top here. It's just very beautiful, and I'm going to keep this on because it's pretty funny, and it will remind me of the things I shouldn't be doing, and it will humour me as I read the safety stuff. Isn't that a precious thing these days? The safety warnings being humorous and fun to read. Also really like this cut. I think they use the darker wood to great effect. Obviously I can't spend until like midnight because I want to learn and then perform it. Got to be respectful of my family. So I'm gonna try and wait until the last minute, perform it, whether I've learnt it well or not. So the pressure's on, because if I don't try much, obviously I'm gonna balance this with spending time with my family, but any free time I do have, I'm gonna work hard on this, because otherwise it's gonna be very embarrassing. Well, time to go practice. Booyah! So, before I actually start, I have a few notes. First of all, I'm pretty happy with my progress. Managed to get this on, and it's adjustable, so I'm not too sure what the string was for. This string, I guess it's if you need it even longer. I don't quite understand. I don't know much about ukulele, but with that in mind, I have picked up a ukulele before. It's not like this is the first time I've ever touched a string instrument. I picked up a few of my friends' ukuleles and said, teach me some chords. Obviously I immediately forgot all of the chords aside from C, although I thought it was the second, not the third, but you know. Yeah, so I think it went quite well. The only issues I'm having is, people always say that your fingers are gonna hurt, and they kind of do a little bit, pressing down here, although ukulele is a rather friendly instrument. But more so, I kind of been strumming with like my 3 or 4 fingers, and strumming backwards, like this, instead of with the thumb, which I see lots of people doing. But I keep on chipping like the really sensitive part of the skin at the bottom of the nails where it's really thin. Yeah, I've had to tune this a lot, but it seems like it's staying in tune for longer, so maybe I'm just being nicer to the strings, that I've kind of become more accurate with my strumming, or maybe, I don't know, it's just getting broken into. I don't know how that works. I have realised the screws on the end, so I can probably tighten them up so they don't move as much, though. I imagine if I was really going hard on the ukulele, when I eventually learn how to do that, having those tight would probably make them snap before they get out of tune. I'm no expert, as you can tell. I'm very much a beginner, aside from picking it up a couple times and telling my friends to show me some chords. So obviously it's been Christmas, so I've been practicing non-stop. It's just before dinner now, so it's coming up to 6 o'clock. So I've been practicing. My voice is a little because I don't have much control over my voice, especially singing is quite uncomfortable and I get tired really quickly. But I'm getting used to the chords, and I probably practiced for 2 hours. Some of that time, or some time over that, I've just kind of been playing around, relaxing, playing with the tuning and stuff. But yeah, that's enough stalling. I'm just gonna have a sip of water first. Ooh. I'm going to leave the tutorial video that I used to learn this song in the description. It's by LxWxH, I think that's her name, LxWxH. She didn't inspire me to pick up the ukulele, but she reminded me that that's something I kind of wanted to do. I'm really happy that I finally got it that way. I'm really excited. I feel like I've been distracted by learning the song, but I'm really happy to have this. So we're gonna go. The only thing I found is I can do the strumming, So there's like different strumming patterns, and I can't change between that. I was just kind of going up, down, up, down, up, down. In the tutorial video they recommended a down, 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 up. I can kind of do that, but I can't sing at the same time. I'm probably just going to do the single strums, because I want to do a cover, but here's a little bit of me trying to do the fourth, the strumming. Bad start. So I can kind of do it, but let's just begin. I'm very nervous all of a sudden. Okay. Actually, I'm going to close the windows so we don't have any noise pollution. It's not me just stalling. Okay, let's go. It doesn't matter if it's bad, this is my first day, a few hours in. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was... I shouldn't pause, I should do it first time. I'm getting too nervous about getting this right. That's not what matters, it's about trying. Let's go. Okay, hyping myself up. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fit to the rules, gonna hit the ground running. And it makes sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You never know if you don't go. You never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on and go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on. Get paid and all that glitters is gold. Holy shootin', holy shootin', holy shootin'. Dear me. Holy shootin' stars break the mold. I'm so nervous. I made more mistakes than I usually do. I say that. When I was practicing I did it much better, with more confidence. It's not making excuses, let's go! It's cool. It's a cool place. They say it gets colder. You bottled up now, wait until you get colder. But the meteor man begged to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture. Yeah, as we skate, it's getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so I might as well swim. The world's on fire, how about yours? That's the way I like it and I never get bored. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid, and all that glitters is gold. Holy shooting stars, holy shooting stars, break the mold. I'm so nervous I forgot the lyrics. You do the chorus again. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid, and all that glitters is, gold. Holy shooting stars break the mold. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. Somebody once asked me to spare some change. Somebody once asked me to spare some change because I need to get myself away from this place. I'm really nervous. I'm finding it hard to perform. I've only performed once on piano in front of anyone. It was in a church service and I messed up. Not like it's built a wall for me there. I was just nervous and I messed up, which is okay because I messed up while practicing and I was trying my best and that's what matters. I've said that before. I'm just finding it hard. This is hard. I feel a bit confined sitting down. You know what? We're gonna try this again. We're gonna try this again. I'm gonna do it standing. I'm gonna do it standing. I'm repeating because I'm just so nervous. I don't know what to say. Is this better? Is this a good frame? Okay, I'm gonna be a bit distant. It's fine. Oh, I'm gonna go again. Yeah, I might close my eyes just to pretend there's not a camera looking right at me. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit so it's higher. By the way, a note on the quality of the strap. It's pretty standard. It's pretty cheap, but I'm pretty surprised. Pretty. It's rather cheap in quality. Just about what you'd expect for a really cheap package. But I think it's rather impressive for the quality of the ukulele and the accessories, that it has accessories to begin with at the price that it's being sold at. Oh duh, you just pull it. I don't know how to use a strap. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, they can't stop coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules, gonna hit the ground running. It didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets down. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back street? You never know if you don't go. You never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid, and all that glitters is gold. Holy shooting stars, break the mold. It's a cool place. They say it gets colder. You're bundled up now. You get older, but the million man beg to differ. Judging by the hole in the satellite picture. The ice we skate is getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so I might as well swim. My world's on fire. How about yours? That's the way I like it, and I never get bored. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid, and all that glitters is gold. Holy shooting star, stars break the mold. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid, and all that glitters is gold. Holy shooting stars break the mold. Somebody once asked me to spare some change for gas. I need to get myself away from this place. Get myself away from this place. I said, yep, what a concept. I could use a little fuel myself, and we could all use a little change. Well, the years stop coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules, gonna hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You never know if you don't go. Never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid, and all that glitters is gold. Holy shooting stars break the mold. very end. There's All-Star, and I'm gonna practice. I am still out of breath. I just finished, but... Okay, so when I was practicing, I wasn't expecting when I perform I'd be as nervous as I was. And I thought I wouldn't make as much mistakes. I thought I'd really get into it. I didn't practice the whole song right through because there's dinner soon. Basically, I was expecting not to get the chance to do it after dinner. Just because Christmas night, you know? But I did it. I tried my best. I know I messed up quite a lot, and so I did like 2 general takes. I think it is important to, because this video isn't about teaching you like how to begin, or you know, I'm not doing a tutorial. I don't really know too much, but this is more of a my journey thing, or like what it's like to start from like nowhere basically. If you've never really done an instrument, you never really performed much, and I know I mentioned the piano, but that was many years ago now. But yeah, performing is a big thing. You can be nervous when showing, I mean, I showed it to my family members and I wasn't nervous, but anybody could watch this YouTube video. So I was more nervous, and I think that is something I do want to portray. I don't want to do it again into the night, you know? Because it's part of the experience, being nervous and messing up, and being okay with that and trying to push on. I did my best. It shames me to say, but I forgot the lyrics at some points because I know the lyrics to All-Star, okay? Trust me. But I was nervous, so I forgot. That was embarrassing. But that's what it's like to begin. That's what it's like to pick up a really cheap ukulele, comparatively. I understand musical instruments are usually a little bit more expensive than $50–60 Canadian. So this is kind of what I was talking about, making more musical content in one way. So I'm going to be kind of showing you guys my journey with the ukulele, and hopefully I'll be doing covers and I'll be doing updates for like a week's time, maybe. Because it's like the Christmas season, I probably won't be doing too many more videos, but I don't want it to all be ukulele. I kind of want that to be like a side thing, like a third of my channel. No more than half, I think. Because I want to show other stuff that I'm doing too, you know? And I don't want to restrict myself to one thing. That's not quite what this channel is about, and that might happen in the future, but not yet. Anyway, the point is, I'll be making videos, updating a week, a month, 6 months, a year, definitely a year, and I'll be trying to practice at least an hour a day most days. You know, otherwise, what did it say in the warnings? Avoid being unused. I assume that's the guitar, not me. The best way to maintain your guitar is playing it usually, and more than 1 hour every day. So I gotta listen to that, and I'll keep the tag on to remind me. You know, I feel like I got a little bit of grasp. There's so much for me to learn, like capo, different strumming patterns, doing some stuff with the percussions, because take away the strings, it's basically a drum. Picking, you know, like, oh, one thing I did notice when I was playing around with it was if you put the capo here, and you go, somebody. Okay, I'm being called for food, Christmas dinner. That's what you get when you ramble on. Anyway, I'll be doing more updates, I'll be doing covers, but that's not going to be the whole content on this channel. I'm still going to be doing other stuff too. I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to see this. If you're beginning ukulele, good luck. You can go along with me. Check in like a week, and maybe even a year. So thank you dearly for watching. I really hope that you had a lovely Christmas, whether you celebrate it or not. I hope that you've had a break from work, and I really hope you've had time with your family, if not with your friends, or just, if you haven't managed to do that, or haven't had that opportunity and that privilege to hang out with people who you love, then I really hope that you've taken the time to take care of yourself and rest. and just meditate and just think about things. And I just hope that you have a calm mind this time of the year, and that you're ready to put your best step forwards. Yeah, thank you for joining me. I'll see you. Bye. Hi, thank you so much for reaching the end of the video. Well done. I know the editing kind of went rather minimalist when I started playing, and that's because I really wanted to show how I was struggling and how I was really nervous and anxious, because I think that's the most important part of this video, and I didn't want to cut that out or alter it in any significant way. But I do hope that you enjoyed it, and if you're getting into ukulele, I encourage you to do so. I think it's a great thing to pick up an instrument. A note on the tuning and it going out of tune easily. Seeing how it goes out of tune and doing a little bit of research, it's just the strings need to be stretched, and so like when you first get it, you'll start playing and then the strings will start stretching. It's like when you have new shoes and you have to wear them in for a bit, and 2 days in the tuning is much better and it's sounding better too and more consistent. So that's just something you have to get into. It's nothing wrong with the product, and I haven't had a ukulele before, but I am so happy with it. Thank you for watching so much, and have a great day. Happy New Year.
Also, I decided to name my ukulele Burnie after that guy in The Incredibles, the teacher, because his mustache, the brown color reminds me of my ukulele. Just thought I'd let you know.